Hey guys, I'm back here again. Somehow, some way, this live got deleted that I did yesterday, so I'm doing it again today. Okay, because it's a really important topic, so I wanted to do it and make sure that you guys were able to view it. And those people messaged me and said that they missed it and that they were asking whether I saved the replay, and I did for a little bit, but then somehow I couldn't find it anymore. But anyway, I'm redoing it. I also told that to my email list as well. So happy Tuesday now. Okay, hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you guys are having a great week. I definitely am excited to do this live again. Okay, because it's a great topic. All right, so if you are on here or watching the replay, go ahead and share this live. Okay, because it's a very important conversation. I'm going to talk a little bit about fibroids and also whether you can shrink them naturally. Okay, so we're going to answer the question during this live. Okay, and if you are watching me live, go ahead and hashtag live, and if you're watching the replay, go ahead and hashtag replay. All right, hopefully you guys are doing great. Okay, so hey Empress. Hey girl. So I hope that you're doing great. But anyway, yeah, so what inspired this topic about fibroids is that number one, fibroids is so prevalent today, unfortunately, in women. It's really, really prevalent. And number two, I was saying yesterday that I was in a group a couple days ago, a fibroid support group, and I made a post saying that even the ladies that choose to do surgery, they have to afterwards, of course, address their eating habits and lifestyle habits and all that. They have to change their lifestyle habits and stuff. And I got attacked for that, and people were saying that there's lifestyle has nothing to do with whether you get fibroids or not. You just end up getting them, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's no diet that you can eat that can get rid of fibroids and all that stuff. You can't treat your fibroids naturally unless you have surgery. They were saying all of that, so they were team modern medicine, I guess. And well, you guys know I'm against, really kind of against Western medicine. So that didn't fare out too well, and eventually my post got deleted. But anyway, that's fine. Unfortunately, some people just can't, see outside of the realm of Western medicine, and I can't save everybody. But unfortunately, a lot of people have, that view. But I wanted to come on my page and give my perspective on this and break this down and talk a little bit about fibroids, okay? Yes, lifestyle matters. Hey, Ty, yes, absolutely. But it does, exactly. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Hopefully there was one point that I thought the way they thought years and years ago, but hopefully they one day come to the light. All we can do is really pray for them, and that's pretty much all we could do. But anyway, I want to do a quick intro, and hey, if you're in, definitely hashtag live, and if you're also watching this on the replay, hashtag replay. And guys, don't forget to share the live because we need more women to see this. So if you're watching me live for the first time, hi, my name is Sasha Rosa. Okay, I'm a holistic womb and wellness coach. Okay, what I do is I help women who are struggling with womb health issues achieve lasting weight loss, as well as create and master lifestyle habits, everyday lifestyle habits, okay, to get them to their healthiest, okay, to get them healthy on the inside out, and also teach women how to utilize food as medicine, which is so important, okay? So there's a few things that I've been able to help my clients with. I've been able to help my clients with completely get rid of high blood pressure, completely get off of high blood pressure medication. I've been able to help my clients with acid reflux as well, cure that, and also shrink their fibroids and heal and relieve and begin to heal from PCOS, endometriosis, ovarian cysts. Okay, I've also helped my clients get rid of high cholesterol as well as IBS, as well as also asthma and a number of other things. And my best testimonial yet is I've been able to help 3 of my clients, which is so amazing, being able to help 3 of my clients overcome infertility, and these ladies were struggling with infertility for years, and then they were able to join my 12-week program and work on, their weight and diet and lifestyle habits, and completely, they were able to have a baby, get pregnant and have a baby. So congratulations to them. That is so exciting. Okay. And one of the ladies was also able to shrink her fibroids. Okay. So that was awesome. So my superpower is not just helping women lose weight. My superpower is really helping women heal their womb. Okay. Which is really important because we live in a time where womb health issues are so prevalent among women, and heal their womb with holistic methods, not just surgery, not just birth control, with holistic methods, with utilizing food as medicine, with also self-care and changing their lifestyle. It's a process, detoxing, it's a process, but it is worth it, okay? And it's a commitment as well. So, hey, Sabrina. Hey, Ty, hey, Sabrina. But I've been blessed with the opportunity to help so many women, and it's been awesome. Like, I love what I do. I'm passionate about what I do, and yeah, it's been amazing. So let's get into the topic, guys. Can you shrink fibroids naturally? Can you shrink fibroids naturally? Okay. So let's talk about it. So it is estimated about 70 to 80% of women, okay, before age 50 will get fibroids. And this is not something Sasha's saying. This is something that studies are saying. 70 to 80% of women. And if you are a Black woman watching this, hey, Serena, hey, congratulations on your wedding. If you are a Black woman watching this, then the studies actually say 80 to 90% of women, Black women, will get fibroids before the age of 50. So those numbers are absolutely insane. Fibroids, I always say this is an epidemic, and there's not that much awareness about it out there. And that's what it frustrates me. And that's why I talk about it as much as I do, because there's so many women that are struggling with this in the dark, you know what I mean? There's so many women that are struggling with this that don't even know what it is, you know? So that's why I'm so passionate about putting it out there, you know, about this message about fibroids, and that, you know, how to not only prevent them, not only, shrink them, but also, you know, how to manage them as well. So in case you're wondering what fibroids are, because some people that have them, probably, a lot of people that have fibroids don't even know what they are as well, believe it or not. But they're non-cancerous tumors in and around the uterus as well. So they're basically an accumulation of toxins, okay? And they're the most common, actually, pelvic tumor. And for women, they're the most common pelvic tumor, and they're the reason for a lot of hysterectomies. For most hysterectomies is due to having just, being overloaded with fibroids, and also, women being overloaded with fibroid symptoms, going through that. So they're also one of the most, as well, they're also responsible for a lot of myomectomies, which is, of course, the removal of the fibroids, okay? So a lot of women that have fibroids have no clue, guys. They have the slightest idea that they have fibroids, unfortunately, because the symptoms kind of vary woman to woman. Some women can have fibroids that have no symptoms. Some women can have, maybe one or two symptoms, and some women can have all the symptoms. So they really vary. You don't know, with fibroids, you don't know for sure that you have them until you have an ultrasound. Ultrasound can confirm whether you have them or not. So a lot of women don't even know that they have fibroids until they're pregnant, okay? And I know there's some women, like what I did was I was experiencing the symptoms really badly. And what I did was in the past, I told my doctor about it, and she ordered a ultrasound. And that's why I was able to find out that I had fibroids. Okay. Some women do it like that. But if somebody that doesn't have symptoms, you may not know until you get pregnant. And a lot of times the symptoms are considered normal, quote unquote. But we're going to get into that. So what are the symptoms? And these are the most common. There's lots of symptoms, guys, but I'm just going to name the most common symptoms. Okay. So, constipation, bloating, those are also symptoms, frequent urination, anemia, that's a huge one, the iron deficiency, pain in like the pelvic area or lower back, water retention, maybe you have swelling of the ankles, that's one as well. Heavy menstrual bleeding is a huge one, painful cramps as well, prolonged menstrual bleeding if you're bleeding more than like 4 days. Passing clots during your cycles as well, pain during sex, and even infertility, okay? Okay? So there are many, many, many others, but that's like the most common ones when it comes to fibroids. So you don't necessarily have to have each and every single symptoms to have fibroids. You can have one of these symptoms and have fibroids, okay? And I just want to name one more statistic for you guys. When it comes to Black women, from ages 25 to 35, 65% of that age range, 25 to 35, are dealing with fibroids. And that's from 25 to 35, okay? And that's the age. The reason why this is so scary is because that's the age where most women, procreate. That's the age that most women, get married and, want to have children around that age, 25 to 35. But 65% of women that age, Black women, are dealing with fibroids. Okay, so this is serious. This is very serious. And one thing about Black women, they tend to experience fibroids at younger ages and much, 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 much more severely than other races of women. Okay, other races of women experience fibroids too, but Black women tend to experience it, more severely. Okay, Black women are also 2 to 3 times likely to have to go through fibroid surgery. Okay. So yeah, it's Empress says that pain and heavy bleeding and anemia are not normal. Actually, absolutely, and they're very common. Who wants to be considered common? Exactly. A lot of people think that having period pain, having cramps, having, bleeding, heavy bleeding, all that stuff is normal. It is not. Like, that is not. Also, anemia, being iron deficient is not. Yes, they're common, but it's not normal, guys. It's a sign that your body is filled with a lot of toxins and that there is a hormonal imbalance in your body. Okay, so why do fibroids even develop in the first place? Because of a hormonal imbalance, guys. Because there is an excess amount of estrogen in your body. Okay. And that's estrogen. And when I refer to, when excess of estrogen is referred to as estrogen dominance, okay, this is something you guys can look up. Estrogen dominance is a huge issue in most women. About 75% of women have estrogen dominance, okay? It's very, very prevalent. And it can be detrimental for your health. It could do a number on your health if not controlled, if not addressed, okay? But it can also be reversed. I was able to reverse it, and I've helped many women reverse it. So I go really, really deep into estrogen dominance in my Healing Your Womb course, if you guys are interested in that. But estrogen dominance is where a lot of reproductive health issues begin. Like, that's where, with the having an excess amount of estrogen in your body, that's where a lot of reproductive health issues begin. A lot of people don't know that, but that is a fact. So, like, when I say that, I mean PCOS, heavy bleeding, endometriosis, ovarian cysts. That's where a lot of these these reproductive health issues begin. Even infertility as well, a lot of times. So remember that you don't, when you think about any type of illness, fibroids being included, you want to heal the actual root of the problem. You want to go to the root of the problem and get rid of it. You don't want to just manage the symptoms the rest of your life. And that's what modern medicine does. It just gives us these surgeries and pills or whatever to manage the symptoms. And that is not going to give you long-term relief. That is not, you want to go to the root of the problem and get rid of it, not just go through surgery, not just go, take birth control. Like, that's not going to heal the actual problem. That's just going to put a bandage on it temporarily. Okay. So when your hormones are improperly balanced, it results to all different types of health issues. When you are dealing with excess estrogen or your hormones are just out of balance, guys, you're dealing with a host of different health issues, right? It's very, very uncomfortable. And the worst of it can lead to infertility, can lead to ovarian cancer, can lead to breast cancer. So a lot of people think that, if I have a hysterectomy, I'll be fine. No, because you still haven't addressed that issue of having, hormonal imbalance. So it can manifest into different things, like, for example, breast cancer. So you'll see a lot of women who have things like hysterectomy and they don't address the problem, they still are having health issues, So I started having heavy bleeding when I turned 25. Yes, that's very, very common, unfortunately. So that's definitely a sign of excess estrogen in beauty. It's definitely a sign. So lifestyle, that's why, guys, when you have excess estrogen, lifestyle changes are so important. They're essential. 25 was the age. Ty, mine was a little bit earlier than that. I think it probably started like in college for me. But a lot of women have excess of estrogen and have no clue. They have no clue that, they have an excess amount of estrogen in their body. But back to fibroids. So people think that, they just develop fibroids out of nowhere. They just come out of nowhere. And that is not true. This issue has been developing in your body for years before the fibroids show up. Okay, trust me. It takes time to actually develop and cultivate in your body. Your body will always show you signs that something's wrong. It's just that we normalize the signs. Bloating, we take it as being normal. Every woman goes through it. No, that is not normal. That is a problem. You know what I mean? You have to take these, when your body shows you signs, take it seriously. Heavy bleeding, that is not normal. When our body shows us signs, we got to take it seriously. Stop normalizing sickness. That is something that we got to stop doing. Okay, so I want to give you guys an example of how fibroids show up in your body. I'll give you two examples. How fibroids show up in how your body gives you signs, right, before fibroids show up. Like, for example, heavy bleeding. That's a huge one. Most women are dealing with heavy bleeding, right? Most women, or prolonged periods that are lasting more than 4 days, which is really hemorrhaging. Believe it or not. You know what I mean? You're losing way too much blood that is not normal. And I think it's about 6 tablespoons of blood if you lose more a day or during a whole cycle, that you're not supposed to be losing more than that. So a lot of women normalize these things, but that's your body showing you a sign. So it can start off with heavy bleeding, and then it can lead to PCOS. It can start off with heavy bleeding, or it can lead to fibroids. You know what I mean? So you see how your body was showing you signs, but we tend to not to know. And these doctors don't really know either. Trust me, they don't know. But another example I want to show you guys of how your body shows you signs. Let me read you guys' comments. I've had heavy bleeding and clots too for as long as I can remember. My mom said they put her on birth control to lighten hers, so I thought that was just a thing I had to go through. Yeah, no, sorry, Vita. Spiritual representation, toxic and intimacy, relationship stress can also cause physical response. Yes. When you start seeing those huge clots. Yes. That's a sign something's wrong. Okay, so it takes time to develop in your body, guys. So let me give you an example. A young girl starts her cycle, like these days, it's very common for a young girl to start her cycle like around 8 or 9 years old, unfortunately. You know, that's very common. We think, oh, that's normal, but that is not normal. It's common, but it's not normal. Back in the day, even your grandmother's generation, or some of y'all, even your mother's generation, that was unheard of for little girls to start their cycle that young. Okay? So, you know, like I said, if you ask your grandmother, were people starting their cycles at 8, 9, 10? No, they weren't back in the day. So, but now that's normal. Back in the day, it was 15, 16, 17, you know what I mean? But now it's 8, 9, 10, or, you know, who knows? But that is a sign now, especially Black girls, they're starting their menstrual cycles before they even hit puberty, which is crazy. You know what I mean? And this is why this is so dangerous. And I'm not trying to scare anybody that has young daughters or, you know what I mean? Trigger warning, I'm putting the trigger warning out there. But I want to give you guys the facts. So, but remember, this can be reversed, okay? Early menstruation is a risk factor for fibroids later on in life. Okay, because it is the axis. It's showing you that you have an excess amount of estrogen in your body if you have an early menstruation. Also, it's also a risk factor for other reproductive health issues like heavy bleeding, PCOS. It can even be a risk factor for infertility, guys. You know, that's how serious it can be. So it's not something you want to take lightly if you have a young daughter. It's time to like really start to adjust it. I cried. 12 was what I remember. Same here, Empress. My niece started early, 9 years old. Oh, I get mine at 9. Yeah, guys. So see, there's a link. There's a correlation. There's a link. So it all comes from having a excess amount of estrogen in your body. All of this stuff, early menstruation, fibroids, breast cancer, infertility is estrogen dominance, you know? So it's very, 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 very serious. It's something that you want to take seriously, okay? So like I said, it's the same problem, but it just shows up differently, right? It just shows up differently. It could be infertility, it could be PCOS. It just shows up differently in your body. So if your body is filled with toxins, if your body is filled with excess estrogen, if your body is filled with mucus, that can result in your body having different types of health issues, guys. Okay, so that explains why so many women have fibroids, right? And why, trigger warning, the infertility rates are starting to climb. In case you didn't know, the infertility rates have been at an all-time high. And they're even, and this is not just for older women, this is for women in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. That's dealing with this. That's dealing with, you know, declining infertility. And not just for women, men as well. Okay. As a matter of fact, they're predicting, this is not something Sasha's saying, this is something that they're predicting. In the 30 to 50 years, the vast majority of the population will be infertile. If we keep going on the way that we've been going, that's what's going to happen. Okay. So I hope it doesn't happen, but if we keep going on the way that we're going with these, you know, eating so unhealthy and just thinking we could just live whatever we want to, you know, not care about our health and just live the life that we want to live and, you know, not, you know, have this horrible standard American diet, not eating no fruits and vegetables, you know, we live a toxic lifestyle, because that's what it is, you know, because your body, if you live a lifestyle like that, your body's going to fill with toxins, then that's what's going to happen, is, you know what I mean, if we keep on going on the road that we've been going. Okay, so that contaminated cow milk and that excess soy infusion and almost everything. Exactly. You gotta read the ingredients, guys. That's terrifying, and I totally believe it. Yeah, it's happening now. Like, nobody has been talking about it, but the infertility rates are climbing. You know, in the Black community, nobody talks about infertility, but it's a thing, guys. It's a thing. So, as somebody that talks to a lot of women and handles things like that, and has helped women even get pregnant, trust me, it's a thing. You know, and it's not just for people think that it's just women in their 40s or after 35. No, you'll be surprised. 20s, 30s, early 30s are also dealing with it as well. Okay, and the rates are rising. So I want you guys, but however, there's light at the end of the tunnel, right? I want you guys to know that you have the control over your own bodies, right? You can shrink your fibroids. Number one, I've done it, and I've also helped clients do it, okay? You can reverse excess estrogen. You can balance your hormones. You can eliminate fibroids, and you can also completely prevent fibroids. You can also completely prevent them. That's why I think, for example, when I was dealing with fibroids and stuff like that, my sister saw that and she was like, oh, she got serious with her diet. She was like, I don't want that. I don't know if this is genetic or what's going on, but I don't want what you're going through. And she was smart. She was smart, because some people will see that and still eat trash and, still live the same lifestyle. But my sister was smart. She was like, I don't want what, I don't want that. So she changed her lifestyle. She was already eating healthy for the most part, but she started being totally plant-based after that. So, and we kind of went plant-based at the same time. So, so it's, guys, think you can prevent these things, right? You can prevent these things from happening. You can treat these, you can shrink fibroids on your own. You really can. I don't know why there's still people saying that you can't do it. Like, it's impossible. I was in that fibroid group, resource support group, and they were like, they were really clowning me. They were coming down on me, and they even deleted my comment. But yes, you can shrink your fibroids on your own. It takes time. It takes commitment. It's not easy, but you can do it because, fibroids is tough tissue. And it's probably one of the hardest, probably takes the longest out of all the reproductive health issues to shrink or to eliminate. But I will say this, if you committed to 30 to 60 days, you start to see a huge difference in your symptoms, a huge difference, the bleeding and everything. Okay. So, it depends on the person, how long it takes for your fibroids to shrink, because everybody's different. Okay. Everybody, some people might have a little bit more hormone imbalances than others. Okay. So, it depends on, of course, how big they are and all that stuff. But anyway, it is time for us to take charge of our health and to know that, things like heavy bleeding, things like anemia, these are things that are not normal. We shouldn't take that as a joke. When we go through them, we should address them. We should reverse them. We shouldn't just, for years and years and years, just experience these things and not do anything about it. Like, we have more control than we think, and then get surprised when things get worse. We can't continue to do that. Okay. So heavy periods, I keep saying, I'm going to say this over and over again. It is not normal. Okay, heavy periods is not normal. Bleeding for more than 4 days is not normal. Painful cramps is not normal. It's not normal, guys. We got to stop it. That's a hormonal imbalance in your body. That is your body trying to tell you something. You have to listen. Okay, we got to be more connected with our bodies. Okay, so in my 66-week program, in my 12-week transformation program, my clients that just come to me a lot of them just come to me for weight loss and change their diet and stuff. And they're able to see a huge difference in their periods. Like, oh, okay. If you read my testimonials and stuff, I said my periods have gotten shorter, they've gotten lighter, I don't get cramps anymore. A lot of my clients have experienced that. So it's really, it's amazing. We really can heal ourselves. Like that in itself shows you. My client, she posted on my wall like a week or two ago, and she took my 66-week program, one of my clients, right? And I think she took it like in April or May, I can't remember. But she took my 66-week program, and she was like, in 6 weeks, she was not only able to lose 17 pounds, her periods got so much better. And her fibroids, she was like, I don't feel like they don't bother me anymore. Like, I feel like they're in the process of shrinking. I'm like, yeah, they're in the process of shrinking because they're not bothering me anymore. I don't feel that bulge anymore. You know what I mean? With fibroids. So yeah, so she was able to experience that by just changing the things that we did a lot of stuff in the program, like detox and all that stuff. But yes, just by being in the 6-week program, guys, in 6 weeks. So I'm sorry, guys, I'm missing the comments. A lot of Black people don't think infertility affects our community. Oh, it does, Ty. They are sadly mistaken. It does. To think that I almost thought it's normal. Yeah, it's not. I used to think that's normal too, because almost every woman was dealing with it, but it's not. The body really is self-healing. Absolutely. I'm living proof of that. And so, I'm no better than anybody else. So I don't know why there's women out here that's still thinking that, oh no, your lifestyle doesn't matter. That's BS. Thank you so much for enlightening. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. This is what I have to do because, I know a lot of women are dealing with this in the dark. And I know I was dealing with this in the dark for so many years. So yeah, so guys, it is not normal to have, difficult periods. You know what I mean? It's not normal. And I don't want you guys to normalize this. Your period is your body's fifth vital sign. Okay. I always say that it's your body's fifth vital sign. It's your body showing you the health of your body. You know that it is reflected in your menstrual cycle, just like it's reflected in your, blood pressure, body temperature, all that stuff. Right. And those are also vital signs, right? So you have to take it seriously. So if you're having troublesome periods, then that's a reflection of what's going on in your body. you're filled with toxins, okay, if you're having troublesome periods, okay? So you have to address that. And fibroids can be very detrimental, not only to your physical health, also to your mental health, also to your, emotional well-being, to your self-esteem, to in your relationships. Like, it's a lot, especially when the symptoms start getting out of hand. And a lot of times, if you don't do anything about them, if you just sit on having fibroids and I had somebody tell me, I thought fibroids was normal. And I was like, no, it's not normal. But she was like, but my doctor told me it was normal. I was like, oh my God, I wanted to cry. I was like, it's not normal having fibroids. But a lot of women, if you just sit on that, they get worse and worse and worse. They grow. If you don't change your lifestyle, fibroids grow. They start to grow. So it's very, very important. And Black women have the highest rates of hospitalizations from fibroids. And they're 2 to 3 times more likely to have to undergo a hysterectomy due to having fibroids, okay? Or also they're 7 times more likely to have to do a myomectomy, because Black women tend to experience fibroids at a much higher rate, okay, than other women. So it's very, you guys, it's very serious. Hey, Tamika, speak the truth, Sasha. Heavy periods are not normal. That's a sign of toxicity. Absolutely, 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 yes. So like I said, I'm telling you guys, having fibroid surgery does not fix the issue. Because I see a lot of women, I saw a lot of women on those groups, oh my God, I just had fibroid surgery. I'm like, listen, they will grow back if you don't, are you changing your lifestyle afterwards? They will grow back. They will grow back in the quickness, sometimes even worse than they did before. Okay, so you ask somebody that had fibroids twice, I had the surgery because I did not know what I know now. And then the second time I healed them on my own, I shrunk them on my own. It's no point in having to go through surgery. There's no point in having to have somebody cut in your uterus and have to deal with scar tissue and who knows what else. You don't want to go through that when you can heal this on your own. That's the best way to do it. Shrink this on your own, okay? So you can there's women that's had 2, 3, 4, 5 fibroid surgeries and they're like, who wants to go through that? When you can just change your lifestyle and get rid of it. Who wants to go through that, right? Just to eat, what you want to eat, it's not worth it. Okay, so you have to change your lifestyle, guys. You have to make the commitment. You have to love yourself enough to make that decision. Okay, very, very important. Make those changes so they don't grow back. You know what I mean? If you go through the surgery, they don't grow back, or they don't. If you have them now, they don't get worse, or to prevent them altogether. Every woman should care about this because it's so prevalent. 80 to 90% of Black women are dealing with this. 70% of women, from other races are dealing with this. So this is something that we all got to care about, okay? Because you may not be dealing with this, but your sister might, your mother might, your daughter might, who knows? Somebody most likely in your family is dealing with this, okay? They could have it and not even know and just think the symptoms are normal. Like most people think, it's just cramps. It's just, I feel like I want to die while I'm on my period, but that's normal. That's not normal, guys. Your periods are supposed to be peaceful. Your periods are supposed to be peaceful. Your cycles are supposed to be peaceful. Your cycles aren't childbirth, right? You're not supposed to feel like you're about to die every single month. That's not normal. We already, as women, we go through so much. So adding another thing, as having horrible periods, adding that on our plate, you don't have to live your life like that. It pays to change your diet. Absolutely. Yes, Tamika. Yes. And go plant-based. Yes, that's one of my amazing clients. I know it's hard to take that from someone who used to eat all the food. Same here. But I promise you it's worth it, y'all. If the animals we consume are sick, guess what? We take on their sickness as well. Yes. Make the change. Your body will thank you later. Absolutely, Tamika. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. So I just wanted to get on here to give you guys some encouragement, tell you guys you have more power than you think. Your body is a self-healing mechanism, and so is your womb, which is included, interconnected with your body. It is a self-healing mechanism, okay? But you have to provide the right environment for it to do its job. And if you don't do that, you're just gonna be sick. You're just gonna be suffering, okay? You're gonna be committed to suffering. And who wants to do that? So love yourself enough, make the decision to change, okay? Make this now. If you need help with changing, okay? If you need help, look, Sasha, I hear you, but I have fibroids, but I can't do this alone. And that's cool. Not everybody can. I couldn't as well back in the day. So go ahead and join. I would love for you to be a part of the Sexy 6-Week program, okay? The link is in my caption. Okay, let's help you get your diet together. Let's help you detox. Let's help you reset your hormones. Let's help you get on your road to healing. A lot of women have taken this program and their periods and their conditions have improved significantly, especially in my 12-week program. But my 6-week program is amazing as well. Let's start on doing those bad habits and let's change your relationship with food. Let me teach you how to utilize food as medicine. Okay, we're gonna start from I don't just put you on a diet plan. No, I don't. We start from where you are. None of my clients ever felt deprived on you know, working with me. They never felt like they were starving. They never felt like they were suffering. I work with you where you are, right? And you know, I commit to working with you the whole time, hold your hand the whole time, and I get you to the goal, right? So that's what we do. It's not that I just put everybody on the same diet plan. No, it's very individualized, but you get to be also in a group of women that's doing the same thing as well. So you get that kind of one-on-one support, and you also get that group support as well. So the program is absolutely amazing. Go ahead and click the link in my caption, it should be in my caption, and join the 66-week program, okay? And if you guys have any questions about the program or any of my other services, feel free to DM me as well. All right, so hopefully this is helpful for somebody. Hopefully this was not just, you guys didn't just learn from this. Hopefully that was helpful and it gives you hope that, okay, I can actually get rid of fibroids on my own. That's what I want to do. I want to give you guys encouragement to put the power back into your hands and stop relying so much on Western medicine to come save you, because they're not going to save you. Western medicine is not going to save you. I'll tell you that right now. One of the most amazing programs I've ever been on. Thank you, Tamika. It's definitely kickstart my journey. Yes, so glad to see you on tonight. Yes, thank you so much, Tamika. Yes, one of the best programs. 66-week program, one of the best programs, guys. So make sure y'all join. Would love to see you guys there, okay? So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. I'm so happy I redid this live because I feel like this one, a lot of you guys were able to join me, and this one was a lot better than the one I did yesterday. So yes, I do lives typically on Facebook every Monday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Typically, that is my usual time to go live. But anyway, hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Talk to you later. Bye, everybody.